There is a moment during childhood that everyone experiences. The moment you find your hero, your role model, someone to idolise. I'm Scott Mills, and it happened to me at 10 years old, when a show came on the TV that had a car that talked, and the coolest action hero that had ever hit the small screen. That programme was Knight Rider, and like millions of boys, I wanted to be Michael Knight. And we all wanted our dads to go out, ditch the Morris Marina, and buy a car called Kit. I've loved the Hoff for nearly 25 years, but the closest I ever got to him was watching him on the telly, until now. I've been invited to live with David Hasselhoff in Hollywood, Los Angeles, for the craziest week of my life.
Hey, I need some coffee, man. If you ever get a break, could you just grab me just one cup of coffee? Oh, my God. David! Yeah!
I'll be living in his house as part of the family.
This is my daughter, Haley. This is my daughter, Taylor. Say hi. When Scott comes into my house, he's got to play by my rules. David! David! Kid! Look out, kid!
Partying with him.
He can't stop talking to people.
I hope to get under the skin and find the real David Hasselhoff. Will this be a chance for me to get up close and personal to my idol and fulfill a lifelong dream?
My responsibility right now is to be a father, not to go out and find romance and love again. That'll come.
Or will the illusion be shattered?
If I was Scott, I would not come here.
David Hasselhoff lives on an exclusive private estate in Hollywood.
Beautiful day.
Isabel?
It's 10 a.m. and already the house is buzzing with staff.
What is this for? I don't know.
Is that hot straight there?
56-year-old David is famous for his leading roles as Michael Knight in Knight Rider and Mitch Buchanan in Baywatch. He's the most watched TV star in the world, with 1.1 billion Baywatch viewers. 3 years ago, a new chapter in David's life began. Having divorced from his second wife after 16 years of marriage, he moved into his new home in Bel Air.
I've been told that I'm impossible to live with by several people, and it's cost me lots of money.
After the breakup, David got custody of his two teenage daughters, 18-year-old Taylor Ann and 16-year-old Haley.
All right, I'm just calling Tay right now.
He's a single father for the first time.
Where are you? Where are you now? Are you in your room? Oh, come here. I gotta ask you a question.
In just a few days, David's invited me, Scott Mills, a Radio 1 DJ, to move in as a member of the Hoff family. You're listening to Radio 1 with Scott Mills. Carl in Bristol's been on. Got his niece a trip to Monkey World last summer.
Can you come to see have dinner on Sunday night with Scott?
Okay.
We're gonna have our, yeah.
What time?
4:30 or 5 o'clock, okay?
I'll call, yeah.
All right, great.
The concept is allowing Scott Mills to kind of hang with me for 4 days. Whatever happens, happens.
Why me? Because of one record I played 3 years ago. This is Jump in My Car. We've got it to number 3. But he thinks we got it to number 2, so don't tell him otherwise.
Jump in my car.
We actually ended up having a Hoff day where we tried to get the single as high as we could in the chart, which was the Hoff's kind of biggest attempt at a big hit record in this country. Not content just to be a TV star, he's launched a successful music career in Germany with 3 top 10 hits. And with my help, he was briefly an overnight pop sensation in the UK. He thinks I'm the most powerful man in Britain for his career. It's strange to think a man I hardly know wants me to live with him, but it's the Hoff. A chance of a lifetime to meet my childhood idol. With a day to go before I leave for Hollywood, I want to find out as much as I can about the Hoff. That's how everyone kind of remembers him, I think, as kind of tanned, mullet, cool. Here's David boiling an egg. Everyone's seen David the sex symbol, running down the beach saving lives. But what's he like now, 9 years after he hung up his red trunks? his whole life is kind of out there for you to see, and I think people are quite interested in it. And even though you kind of know him as the Hoff and this kind of like adrenaline-fueled action hero, nobody really knows the real David Hasselhoff, and that's what I'm going to find out, I hope.
When he walks into my house, the world of the Hoff is pretty wild, man. I mean, I've got lots of cars, I've got lots of staff. A gentleman named Joe T, who actually runs my computer world. I'm a very important person in my life. I got a big assistant named Joe B, who sometimes can be the angel of enforcement. Tomorrow morning when Scott comes, have the gate. Ask Scott what the password is, and he won't know what the password is, okay? And later on, the password is password.
From the little I know of him already, I think my time with him is going to be pretty mad. But I'm hoping by visiting one of David's favourite haunts in the East End of London, I might start to understand what I'm letting myself in for. It's Knight Rider Street. I want to find out what he's actually like, and when I start scratching the surface, what if I don't like what I find out? Is this a pub where I could find David Hasselhoff sometimes?
Yes.
Okay.
Occasionally.
Is that because it's on Knight Rider Street?
Yeah.
Okay. Now a regular, the pub has become a Hasselhoff shrine.
Generally, he'll come around in the
On this
corner
seat?
here. Yeah, this one here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Orders his coffee.
Looks at his picture.
Yeah, he loves it, yeah.
Setting up my computer and logging onto Hoffspace, David's official website, which has over 18,000 members, I begin to get a sense of the world of the Hoff. There's forums about him. He seems to have millions of fans all over the world. But it's just so weird how he just comes to this pub in the middle of the East End of London, sits over there, has a drink. It's just, he lives in some very strange world. Many of the legions of fans are British, including Carol from West Yorkshire. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Scott.
Do you think he's quite an open person?
Yes, probably too much for his own good sometimes, the way the press get hold of him.
So I've got nothing to worry about, Carol, going to live with David?
Nothing at all, no. No, as long as you take your sense of humour with you. In fact, I wish I was going myself.
Do you want to be me right now, Carol?
Oh, yes, please.
I'm beginning to realise how open and complicated David's life is. He's been through some very public moments, getting press attention for the wrong reasons. But that's what makes him so human, and that's why people still love him. I'm interested to know what it's going to be like when the entourage, the PAs, the hair and makeup people, whoever he has that follow him around, when they leave and it's just me and him alone in his house, what's that going to be like? That's going to be pretty intense, because I hardly know him. I only know him as the Hoff. I don't know him as David. So yes, I'm very nervous. I've never done anything like this before, and I really do not know what to expect. Anything can happen.
When Scott comes into my house, he's got to play by my rules. I think Scott's a little, a little sheepish. He's not the real stunt guy, you know? I think everybody who will see this will not really ever want to have my life, because it's crazy, but I love it.
I'm not Mitch Buchanan, but I worry David lives his life like the characters he portrays. Will I be able to figure out and separate the two sides of David Hasselhoff? Living with my idol really is going to be a journey into the unknown.